Hey guys, it's Mikey Millions here, and I've got to tell you, I'm very excited to get into the second week of the Robinhood 3K Challenge. We're coming off of some really strong momentum after week 1. If you haven't seen that video yet, make sure you check it out so you can keep up with all the action. For those that are already in the know, let's summarize our progress so far and then check out this week's play. So like I said, we're coming off of some really strong momentum for week 1. We had sold one AMD put at the $29 strike and collected $59 in premium. AMD had closed at $29.01, 1 cent above our strike. As a result, we did not get assigned and could keep the whole premium. That increased our account value by almost 2%, and we used $58 of that premium to buy 2 shares of AMD. We're looking to capitalize on this momentum as we go into week 2, and we're going to shoot for another 2% increase in total account value. Since our option never got assigned in week 1, we're still sitting on a big pile of cash, so we're going to achieve this gain by selling another cash-covered put. Now, without any further ado, let's go ahead and set up our week 2 trade. Here's our account value at the top of week 2. We're just under $3,069, and we're going straight back to AMD for this week's trade. AMD is sitting tight at $29 through the weekend. Not a whole lot of after-hours action going on, and our goal is to sell a put. So we're going to click here on the options chain, and then flip over here to sell puts. The difficult part this week is going to be selecting a strike price. As I'll show you in a few minutes, I think there's reason to believe this week that AMD is going to exceed the $29 range and get closer to $30, and therefore selecting the $29.50 strike might be a good idea. However, our goal this week is to make 2%, and obviously $29.50 will put us past that, but selecting the at-the-money strike and collecting $68 in premium will also give us our 2% gain, and it has a higher chance of success. So I think we're comfortable going with the $29 strike and collecting this $68 premium. The market isn't open right now, so we can't lock in this trade. We're just going to queue it up for market open. We're going to sell to open one cash covered put at the $29 strike, and let's click our button. And wouldn't you know it, Robinhood doesn't think I have enough money to make this trade, and it's inviting me to deposit more. Guys, this is my big gripe about Robinhood. Here, it's letting us queue up our purchase of 2 shares of AMD for when the market opens. And if we scroll down a little bit further, we can see that we did indeed sell a put on AMD, but we did not get assigned. The option expired worthless. So why is Robinhood not releasing our funds so that we can continue trading? The answer is that Robinhood wants you to apply for margin trading through Robinhood Gold. Robinhood is the only broker I have ever seen that actually charges you to unlock margin trading. And if you don't, Robinhood slaps you with this, an invitation to deposit more money. I think this is ridiculous. I'm just going to leave everything where it is right now and re-enter this trade when the market opens. Hopefully, my funds will be released by then. If not, I'll be very upset. I'll let you guys know how this turns out. Okay, fortunately I did get my buying power back prior to market open, so I was able to sell that put at the $29 strike. Contrary to my dream last night that told me AMD was going to open up at $17, it looks like it's actually starting the week off with a little bit of strength. You can see it here just above $29. That's right what we planned on, so we're in good shape. We'll open up the options chain and flip over to sell puts. And you can see here that the premium on the $29 strike is going for about $62. That is the price that I was able to lock in, so let's just go ahead and set it up so you can see what it looks like. We're going to sell to open one cash covered put on AMD. We're asking for $62 in premium. And of course, I don't have enough buying power to make the same trade again. I'll try to show these trades live, but sometimes it doesn't work out that way because I have to move my limit orders around and I'm not able to catch it on film. When that happens, I'll always do this so that you can at least see how I set it up. And just because I believe in transparency, I want to show you guys that I did indeed make this trade. You can see it there locked in on Monday morning for $62 in premium. And just below it is the trade in which I bought 2 shares of AMD using the premium from last week's cash covered put. So with that trade locked in, let's calculate our basis. And our basis is the cost of 100 shares at our strike, so $2,900, minus the premium we collected of $62. So our basis then is $2,838 or $28.38 per share. As long as AMD stays above that, we will have had a profitable trade. So that is our basis for this week's trade. Our overall basis has to include all the options trades we made for AMD. So our overall basis would be $2,900, the cost of 100 shares at our strike this week, minus the $62 we collected in premium this week, minus the $59 we collected from last week, for an overall basis of $2,779. As long as AMD stays above this, we will be at an overall profit for our trades on AMD. AMD was trading for about $29 when we started looking at it. Our new basis is over 4% below that price. So even if AMD were to drop 4% below where we started trading it, we would still be at a profit. And that just shows you how much cushion Theta Gang strategies can give you. Now I want to quickly show you guys my rationale for remaining bullish on AMD for a second week in a row. AMD took care of us last week, and its technical indicators have actually gotten better. For example, RSI is still below 50, but it is curving upward, which is a good indicator that we might see some more strength this week. The candlesticks are also showing us a strong reversal pattern. AMD bounced off its 200-day moving average and rejected the lower prices. And if you fudge a little bit, you might even see a double bottom. The signal line still hasn't crossed the MACD line, but it is curving toward it. So just like the RSI, this is an indicator that we might see some strength coming up. It's not a perfect setup for a bullish position, but it is a lot better than last week, so I'm giving this a 7 out of 10 rating. Our account value chart looks great, even though it's actually only a few dollars in gains. But overall, we're starting off the week on a pretty strong footing, so let's give this a couple of days and see how this trade turns out. All right, guys, it's 10 a.m. on expiration date, October 11th. Let's see how this trade is shaping up. I'm on mobile now, so I can't actually show you guys the entire setup, but our account value is now above $3,100 after AMD's price has gone up substantially past our strike, giving us a nice profitable trade on our covered put. However, I am a little spooked by this big red candle that showed up a few minutes ago. The move knocked AMD's price all the way down to $29.23, and if this keeps up, it might actually drop below my strike today. I kinda don't want to get assigned, so I'm gonna make the very difficult decision to sell and lock in the $48 of gains that I have. So let's exhale and place our order. We're gonna spend 14 of the $62 that we collected in premium to buy back our put. Out of the $62 that we initially collected in premium, this should leave us with a $48 gain, and we will no longer be on the hook to buy shares of AMD if it drops below 29. It looks like the order actually filled at $13 instead of $14, which is good since we tacked on that extra dollar. Now we're gonna have $49 in gains instead of the anticipated $48. And here's the proof so you guys can see it in the flesh. We sold one AMD put on October 7th, that's Monday, for $62, and bought it back at about 10 a.m. on Friday for $13. So our total gain here is 49 bucks. Or looked at as a percentage of our total portfolio, we made 1.6% in weekly gains. That's not pitiful, but it's also short of our goal. And if you look here at AMD's ending price, it ended up being well above $29. So I could have poached that extra 13 bucks. I would have even been better off by selling the $29.50 strike like I was thinking about at one point. But I didn't trust my own technical analysis. Not only did I sell a strike that was too low, but I also bought out of the position too early. I feel like I traded like ass this week. I didn't trade like shit because you actually have to lose money to trade like shit. And I didn't lose money, I made 49 bucks. But I left a lot of money on the table. And when you leave money on the table, that means you traded like ass. So far throughout this challenge, I've made $108. That's a 3.6% increase in total portfolio value. But both weeks in a row, I've missed my 2% goal. To make 2% next week, I need to make $62.44. So selling cash covered puts on AMD just might not cut it. I need to increase the dankness of my trades if I'm going to keep hitting a 2% goal. Count on seeing me next week theta-ing my way around some earnings. In the meantime, I'm going to look for a stock to spend this $49 in gains on. Stick with me, guys. We're going to trade with greater dankitude next week. Catch you next time.